Hey everybody, it's Greg. Welcome back to the channel today. Hey, I've got an interesting mod for you today. We'll be looking at End of a New Beginning, 1857 to 1930. So this is a really interesting mod for Hearts of Iron 4. If you're unfamiliar, what the devs are trying to do is, in my approximation, trying to fix a lot of the mistakes or some of the issues, I would say, probably more likely, of Victoria 3. And so it's like if Victoria 2 and Hearts of Iron 4 had a baby, then the End of a New Beginning would be maybe the mod that would come out of that. So pretty cool stuff. It's a lot of the elements of Victoria 3, but with a lot more combat and some of the military elements of Hearts of Iron 4 that you're all familiar with and you like. So if you take a look at the mod currently, there is two start dates. There's the 1857 start date and 1870. 1870 is still a work in progress, so we're not going to choose that today. So currently in the mod, there is a number of nations that we can play as. The United Kingdom, Russia, France, the United States, Austria, Prussia, Sardinia, Piedmont, and a bunch of other minor states here. So there is a tremendous amount of content in here already. But today, we're going to be focusing on the US of A. America enjoys a generation of prosperity and growth. Following Manifest Destiny, the United States have expanded their reach in the lands once seized by the natives and Mexicans. Although the states aren't absolutely free from conflict, the Mormon rebellion in Utah troubles the nation, and continued arguments about the rights of slaves go on within the free states and the border ruffians. These scars left untreatable leave a conflict that troubles the very Constitution of the United States, and left not resolved will eventually rip the nation apart. Yeah, so not great stuff. We have New World democracies, and we also have a demist slavery issue. So, yeah, not good. So today we're going to see if we can save America from civil war. Okay, hopping into the game here, we are greeted with this screen here. Yeah, it's a total conversion project. Aims to simulate the era between the Sepoy Rebellion in India and the height of imperialism around 1930. So, yeah, should be pretty interesting. So you can read more about the mod and join potentially the Discord from here. So we're gonna go ahead and hop in. So first of all, if you look, the map looks very Victoria 3 like. Just from the font and the way the map looks. It's very expansive. I do like that. And you'll notice here in the top right, a lot of things have changed. We do have our normal buttons for production, construction, espionage, all that sort of thing. But we also do have some budget mechanics now and construction elements. So yeah, we've got a lot of things that we're going to have to settle. You notice the United States, 1857, we still have a number of territories. Not all the states are joined yet. If you open up the government and politics tab here, you can be greeted with a tremendous amount of advisors and decisions here. Everything from the state of the country, constitution, construction, individual liberties, so on and so forth. So a lot of decisions can be made here. So currently we're led by President James Buchanan Jr. He's a political hawk, hurting our stability, increasing our war support. And you can see here we do have culture now. Just like Victoria, we have Yankee, we've got Dixie, Midwesterner, so on and so forth. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and get our government here sorted. So you'll notice that we do have a pretty expansive focus tree. But one of the elements of this mod that is quite a bit different is a lot of these are locked behind events and event trees. So we're pretty limited in what we can choose, and it more or less follows just the historic route. There is some options to deviate, of course, but we're going to go down the historic route. Yeah, so we drift more towards pro-slavery if you do Doughface. Yeah, I think we'll go with a more inclusive cabinet. As for research, we do have a completely reworked, research tree here. As you can see, 19th century tech all the way around, which is pretty cool. It goes to 1955, which is interesting. Though the mod is only supposed to go to 1930s, so yeah. We know what assault rifles look like, but we don't know how to build them. All right, so we do have an army here, so as it is. So 19 divisions. Let's go ahead and check out what our templates are. So we have regular infantry division here. Yeah, we got the Union Blue. I love the models. That's awesome. So line infantry, combat width of 8. Yeah, not a lot of soft attack, but you know, it is the 19th century. We also have artillery regiments, which are pretty cool, and cavalry. So we do have mills. I'm not really sure what we're going to need, but let's get some rifles queued up. We'll get some uniforms, Victorian support equipment, 6-pounder guns, horse tack. I don't know about logistics. Do we need trains? We got 15 trains. Let's get some trains going. Let's get some 1857 Corvettes going. That sounds great. As for our industry, yeah, what do we have here? 33 factories, 25 civilian, 10 military factories. I don't see any need to build military factories just yet, but in this mod, just like in Victoria, we do have a number of other things that we can build. So we got farms, logging camps, steel mills, cotton farms, textile, coal mines. Wow, there's so much stuff here. Not machine guns, machine parts. Let's go ahead and build some factories. Obviously, we have no planes. We do have a navy. We've got 23 ships. The issues in these United States. These United States of America comprise a new nation, only nearing a century old. They gained independence from Great Britain when they drafted the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and gained victory in the American Revolutionary War in 1783. However, their problems didn't disappear, as they were troubled with many issues. Their relationship with conflicts with natives, the debate on slavery, manifest destiny, relationships with both the old world and the new. We've got a lot of problems. If you want to learn more about the actual history, you can go ahead and click on these buttons and you'll learn something if you don't know anything about any of these, so I would recommend you do that. But for today, we're just going to go ahead and say I've read enough. Flying Eagle cent released for circulation. Out of the larger cent is now the Flying Eagle. We've got new currency, boys. 88% copper and 12% nickel. The coin is nicknamed the Flying Eagle due to the depiction of the eagle on the front of the coin, designed by James B. Longer. Cool. All right, we're gonna have a lot of pop-ups in this mod, so just be prepared for that. William Walker returns to New Orleans. Great. And now we have the slavery debate here. The issue of slavery has lingered as long as the United States has existed. Our founding fathers could not solve this issue, nor the generation after that. All they have done is pass the torch. So we have to basically decide if we're going to be moving more towards pro-abolition or pro-slavery or kind of the status quo. You can see here what the changes would be. Well, I'm gonna go with the abolitionists might be onto something here. It's gonna hurt some political power, but yeah, that's okay. So James Buchanan holds a speech. What do we want to say? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. The slavery debate. The issue of slavery has lingered. So okay. So we're gonna send in troops somewhere. So national fragmentation decreases by 2. High political stability. Oh, this is proof of our efficiency indeed. One of the campaign promises of the president was to denounce the practice of polygamy alongside the Mormon governance of the territory of Utah. Almost immediately after his inauguration, Buchanan announced successor to the current governor of Utah, Brigham Young. Although a successor was yet to be found, the president has declared Utah to be in a state of rebellion, and currently mobilizes a posse comitatus that will accompany the successor to Utah to ensure transition takes place, and it'll be peace. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? We're sending troops to have a transference of power. Now let's go ahead and choose negotiations in Asia. With recent developments in China, including the British intervention, you should exploit new treaties that give our traders advantages in the new market. It's going to reduce our consumer goods factor by 2% for like forever, apparently. Alfred Cumming is the successor. After months of Buchanan's offer has been declined, he is now officially found as successor of Brigham Young in the Utah Territory. This man is Georgian Democrat Alfred Cumming. Interesting. He was previously a mayor of his hometown, Augusta, Georgia, alongside serving as a sutler to former President Zachary Taylor. Okay. Well, good luck, Governor. I'm sure everything will work out for you just fine. 44% tension. So this tension mechanic is going to continuously rise every few months, and it's going to continue to hurt our stability and our political power gain and everything as we continue to kick the can of slavery down the road and we don't address it. So we want to see if we can try to get rid of this as quickly as possible, if there's any way of doing that. Bushwhackers boycott convention. After months of failed negotiations with the governor, the bushwhacker abolitionists in Kansas plan on boycotting the Constitution drafting convention in Lecompton, I guess. Yeah, that's not good. This might be heading towards bloody Kansas. Let's go ahead and choose Buchanan diplomacy here. President Buchanan is renowned for his hawkish foreign policy, looking to expand the U.S. in any way possible. We'll get 100 political power out of that, which is pretty good, being that we need it. The Panic of 1857. Following a decline in international economy and overexpansion of domestic industries, our economic stability has experienced a rapid downfall in recent weeks. It looks like the situation is quickly becoming dire and could lead to an international economic crisis. Oh dear. We're going to gain the Panic of 1857, which is going to hurt our consumer goods, factory repair, and free repair. Yay! The crash is here, boys. The rails have given way. The SS Central America sinks. Oh no! One of our ships is sunk. And we're going to lose stability, or lose political power. Yay! I really like what some of the elements they're doing with this mod, but I will say it is a bit laggy. Drafting of the Lecompton Constitution. Drafting Kansas state constitution has begun in Lecompton as delegates from over 24 counties and factions have come to deliberate on the issue and the future of Kansas here. So we're going to decrease fragmentation by 3. Federal states drift 2 towards pro-slavery. New York banks stop gold withdrawals. Oh no. Terrible news comes to the capital today, New York City. After this year's recent events, both the issues regarding the Ohio Life Insurance and Trust Company and the sinking of the SS Central America, banks have shut down the right to withdraw gold with fear of a gold shortage. There's a run on the banks! Run on the banks! Okay, so Buchanan diplomacy is complete. We have a little political power now, but we need to fix our Panic of 1857. So this side tree has just opened up, so let's go ahead and choose Reform, not Relief. Traction engine is complete. What do we want to grab? Biochemistry. Let's grab some hygiene. Everyone needs to be clean. Okay, we're continuing down our focus tree here. We are going to be fixing some of our issues. We're actually going to getting rid of our debuffs from the 1857 crash. So that's very good. Very, very good. We even have an aviation tree, which is pretty cool here. We could get steam carriage designs. Screw propeller adaptation, the Gifford airship. An early airship that flies and is steerable. Cool. Alright, yeah, there was a murder. 30 men were executed point blank. Oh my goodness. In Kansas, it's the beginning of bloody Kansas as we know it. So, more fragmentation. We must take action. Yes, we got to take action. We got to stop this. Successful defense. I don't know what this is. I feel like I'm missing something. Occupation of Kansas. Forces of the United States National Guard have come to Kansas to defuse the situation. Fragmentation is going to increase. Or decrease, rather. USA.326.decision. Indeed. Gains the core on Minnesota. Okay, cool. Hey, Minnesota's a state now, apparently. Okay, alright, we're going to complete the recovery next. After a significant amount of time, we can now see the signs of recovery because of, or perhaps despite, Buchanan's policies. Indeed. Cool. We're going to gain reduction to our consumer goods, boost to our construction speed, free repair, infrastructure speed, all good stuff. Alright, we have some basic cameras now, which is pretty cool. What do we want to grab? I'm surprised we don't know what steam trains already, but we should probably grab them. Okay, the American civilian economy is booming. Well, excellent. So we have some minor economic boom. Cool, I like it. And infrastructure developments. And Arkansas has gained some infrastructure. I still have 0 political power, so I can do none of the options in my decision tree, so that sucks. French fleet bombs Tunis. What is happening here? The French Empire is fighting. So we've got Napoleon III fighting. Looks like a uprising. Yeah. Algerian resistance. Excellent. We've completed the recovery. So it's the end of the panic. The period of economic turmoil is over. The trains advance once more. How's the Mexican Civil War going? I don't know. Not well, maybe? It looks like the liberals are winning. We do have a number of internal politics options here. We do have a new mechanic, the United States Senate, which I have not been paying attention to. With the different political parties. I don't know if it tells you who they are. It does not. I guess you'd have to go into here and match up all of these parties to that. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. All right, we've tolerated Stephen Douglas. Let's go ahead and go on to Bleeding Kansas. The controversy over whether Kansas should join as a free state or as a slave state historically drove some of the worst civil unrest in U.S. history. Yeah, no kidding. Anyone that knows anything about American history will, understand when I say that James Buchanan was one of the worst presidents we ever had. And let's continue down. We'll go ahead and grab the Democrat Judicial. It's going to cost us 75 political power. Are you kidding me? Like, we have so much to spend as it is. I feel like this is a great mod if you're really into Victorian history, 19th century history. If that is your thing, then you're probably going to really have a lot of fun. There is a ton of pop-ups in here, so you're going to learn a lot of history of the era. Oh, the Mexican War is over, so we got the Republic of Mexico. Yep, it looks like the liberals did win. Battle of the Spurs. Federal forces from Missouri chased abolitionist icon and outlaw John Brown after he and several of his compatriots escaped Kansas City with a dozen stolen slaves. John Brown and those who escaped across the border with him are still at large, so we're going to drift more towards pro-slavery. John Brown was a patriot. If you don't know about John Brown, learn. USA Decision 327. Looks like Oregon just joined the Union as a state, so we're gaining cores on Oregon. Cool. True opposition is complete. Alright, moving down. Closing ranks. Republicans in the lower house want to convene an investigation into alleged abuse by Democratic administration. We cannot let such investigation go through and embarrass us before we could possibly a historic election. Crush the investigation. The fourth convention for Kansas State Convention is now convening. After rigging voting at Lecompton, federal forces are now on site and overseeing the drafting and the voting. So we're gaining 6 towards pro-abolitionists. Hey, Dev, could you guys maybe change the color of the font? It's very hard to see this. National fragmentation decreases by 2. Lovely. Statehood for Kansas. So that's an option, maybe? Okay, it looks like it will happen in 239 days. Climate change. Earlier today, a lecture held by a physicist and fellow of the Royal Society, John Tyndall, revealed several worrying and concerning properties of coal gas and ether. Okay, we finalized the Clayton-Bulwer Treaty. Next up, let's go ahead and choose Buchanan's successor. Now has come the time to choose who shall be the chosen Democratic candidate to square off against the Unionist Party under Bell and the Republican Party under Lincoln. If I'm not much mistaken, the Panama Canal was not a thing yet. Okay, we've got Buchanan's successor, so now we have the Democratic nomination of 1860, and yeah, so Senator Stephen Douglas, a moderate within our party who is popular in more places than just the South. Alright, we've got some improved tack, so that's Q. What do we want? I don't know. Steam engines. That's the way of the future. So one thing I'm struggling with this mod is not having any political power ever. So I don't know if that's something that will be fixed when we choose a new president. I don't really know, but having no political power makes it very difficult to do literally anything from our decision tree. John Brown's raid on Harper's Ferry. The well-known radical abolitionist John Brown has launched a raid on the United States government in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. He raided the U.S. arsenal in order to initiate an armed slave revolt. Thankfully, Colonel Robert E. Lee and his men were able to defeat Brown's party of 22 men and retake the arsenal. Alright, so John Brown has faced trial. The jury overwhelmingly voted guilty. Oh, and he's expected to face execution. Well, I guess it didn't really matter. Guess I could have pardoned him, but, you know, here we are. We didn't want to exaggerate our situation any more than it was. We're already at plus 21. Okay, we got the 1861 rifles. Lovely. You love to see it. All right, we got the good rifles now. Let's go ahead and grab the 1860 gunboat. We're probably going to need it. So I'm literally locked out of the rest of the focus tree until we have the election of 1860. So I can't do anything except a continuous focus. But I'm not going to take one to boost our political power. The French Empire invites us to a world fair. The French Empire has invited us to the world fair is hosting in Paris. Should we accept? Yeah, sure, why not? Sounds great. 1860 Paris World Fair started today and will be ongoing for over a month. The fair was inaugurated by King James Buchanan Jr. Yeah, I'm sure he kind of thinks of himself as that, but yeah, not quite. European powers plan a Mexican expedition. The British financial claims dating back to the end of 1851 when at Doyle Convention, Mexico agreed to pay 5 million pesos on a 3% yearly interest rate. Okay, so they have rescinded on that because, you know, they had a, revolution and a new government came into power. Looks like the European powers want to come back to collect. So we can say we must uphold the Monroe Doctrine to prevent potential European influence. Give Mexico economic assistance. Make them pay their debt. I think we're going to uphold Monroe Doctrine. Prevent European influence. That's the whole point of the Monroe Doctrine. Hey, the unification of Italy is complete. Italy has risen. Okay, here it is, the big one, election of 1860. The day has come for every American to leave their homes and head to the polls to vote for who will become president. The campaigning was tough, with the issues of slavery being the primary issue. The Republican Party's nominee, Abraham Lincoln, a charismatic figure that opposed expansion of slavery. The incumbent party, the Democrats, have nominated two different candidates. The Northern Democrats favor Stephen Douglas, who favors a moderate solution to the slavery issue and therefore will likely not receive many votes. The Southern Democrats called for John Breckinridge as the Democratic nominee, who is the current vice president under Buchanan, who promised to ensure the institution of slavery in the West. Finally, John Bell, an influential politician and former senator, has taken an entirely neutral stance on the slavery issue and has established a new political party dubbed the Constitutional Union Party in favor of unifying the divided North and the South. This may be the tipping point that decides the issue of slavery. If neither the North or the South gets their favorite candidate, they may rebel against the current system. But for now, the new president of the United States is... Alright, looks like we only have one choice. So Republican Abraham Lincoln has become president of America. Okay, so for Lincoln's victory speech, we can choose a couple options here. We can emphasize his administration's goal for unity. The North will not like the decision, or we can appeal solely to his base and his colleagues. The South will not like this. Let's go with national unity. Okay, so now I believe our tree is opened up, so we can choose the controversial candidate next, which is the only thing we can choose. Stephen proclaims support for Lincoln. In a move that feels genuine, former political rival Stephen Douglas, the former Northern Democrat nominee, announced his full support for President-elect Lincoln. America must stand united. We must triumph over these divisions, Stephen said in a speech. While many across the country see Douglas as a unifying figure, Houston campaigns for unionism. The governor of Texas, Sam Houston, is reported to have begun touring his state, advocating that the state should resist the urge of secession and to stay with the Union. Well, thanks, Sam. USA decision .328T. So I guess Kansas become a state. Abraham Lincoln has been inaugurated. Indeed, inspiring words. But then we also have Southerners secede. The results of the 1860 American presidential election sparked much controversy, as President-elect Abraham Lincoln became the first to not win with a majority, but simply the plurality of the vote. Although Lincoln's official stance on slavery was merely to limit it, meaning the South are increasingly becoming fearful that Republican takeover of the White House could lead to the abolishment of slavery. So, with that in mind, South Carolina has seceded. Yeah, so we have an option. We can continue to play as the U.S., or you could hop and become the Confederate States of America if you so chose. We're going to stay with the U.S. of A. Columbia must stay united. Tennessee has seceded. Fort Sumter issue. We've received alarming news today. The Confederates have sent an envoy demanding that Fort Sumter, one of the forts the Union has left in the South, to be ceded to them. Congress, as well as the soldiers in the fort, are adamant that the fort shall not be surrendered to them. Yeah, you can pry it from our cold dead hands. That's what we can say. So, siege on Fort Sumter. Before the pullback mission could even begin, the Rebs have fired on Fort Sumter. So we've added some stockpile weapons. Let's see, add the Union Army incompetency. Say now what now? Well, that's not good. Where is that? Union Army incompetency. 10% supply. Division attack minus 20%. Not great. Not great, folks. Virginia has voted to secede. Southern states resist federal forces. Yeah, this is getting out of hand quickly. Incident on Union-Confederate border. A small skirmish forming between Union and Confederate militias took place in Kentucky. Yeah, we're going to get a national riot. And just like that, it's happened. Yeah, declaration of war from the Confederate States of America. So the war has started. We're going to have to unite and defeat the Rebs. Alright, the American Civil War has kicked off. Let's go ahead and grab where cotton is king here. It's going to give us some more stability, and it's going to remove the national riot here. The indecency of the Southern view on slavery is one of the major causes of this war. However, many of those slaves in the South are very disloyal against the pro-slave South. We're doing okay. Stockpiles are looking okay. But I do want to... Not enough cotton. Yes, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and... We're doing alright on manpower. Let's go ahead and federalize some more troops and some more stockpiles. The Union States cut ACS funding. Yes. Well, you know, we are kind of busy. Yeah, the front's going relatively well. Supplies are looking good. If I can just bust through into Alexandria, but getting across the Potomac is kind of a pain. And, you know, we're not heading for a great deal. Yeah. Now, fighting across these Blue Ridge Mountains, I think they're the Blue Ridge Mountains, that's going to be kind of a pain here. If we can make it to Harper's Ferry, we can cut off, and supply is what it is, especially crossing the mountains here. Let's go ahead and draft some more federal troops. I actually think we are good on stockpiles. Okay, we're busting through into northern Texas here. Not too shabby. Okay, we have a little bit of a breakout here. Let's see if we can get to Richmond. I want you boys to stay here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, we made it to Richmond. Ah, we've taken the Confederate capital. Oh, that is lovely. You'll love to see it. Okay. Anything else that would be of some value? Monthly pop. Vapor compression refrigeration. Yeah, that's cool. Gonna have refrigerators in the 1860s. I don't know. First transcontinental telegraph. Very cool. Winfield Scott has retired. Well, he was quite old. So we need a new field marshal. Ulysses S. Grant. He's our guy. Old guard. Brilliant strategist. He's a ranger. 6 attack. Heck yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and let's give him a few things. Aggressive assaulter. It's going to be charismatic. And let's give him offensive doctrine. Oh, wow, we can give him all of these. That's... well then. See if we can close his pocket. We are not closing the pocket. We're going to remind the European powers that the CSA has slaves, and why they shouldn't ally with them, which is kind of an obvious thing in my opinion, but here we are. Okay, we've closed the pocket up here at Harper's Ferry. Fantastic. We're doing pretty well. Let's go ahead and take a little breather here. We need to reassess where we are stockpile-wise. The British response. The British sent a delegation demanding the Confederate diplomats kept in captivity are to be released and allowed to sail to Europe. There was a great debate in Congress, but eventually a reply was, fine, we accept. I don't want to escalate things too much, and we are in about 10 more days going to remind them and why they shouldn't ally with the Confederacy. Let's go ahead and get some buffs to our army now. Let's grab the army of the Union. The worst has become the reality. The United States of America has been torn asunder by civil war. Now, we can only hope that our armed forces will be able to save the Union. So we're going to gain some more drafts and stockpiles and command power. Heck yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and choose McClellan leadership here. For most capable generals aging or fleeing the Union, there aren't many left, and the experience taken down by the rebellion. Distinctive hero from the Mexican-American War, McClellan is a promising leader whose planning may be crucial for defeating the Confederacy. Heck yeah. Alright, just kind of battle planning this as I can't change the templates for the troops at all, and I have very little control over a lot of these kind of events. So not the most ideal, frankly. I will see if I can entrap any of these Confederates up here. The problem is trying to, again, push across the Blue Ridge Mountains here. The Rebs don't have as big of an army, so I feel like we do have, obviously, an advantage on them. Alright, we've taken Memphis. That's great. We've got McClellan's leadership here. It's going to fix some of our debuffs for our Union Army. Very good. Alright, down with the traitor. The traitorous rebels in the south have held firm, but the spirit of the Union is strong. Now, McClellan has been promoted here, so let's go ahead and pick his replacer. Yeah, William Tecumseh Sherman, why not? He is a heck of a general. Let's give him improv, and he can be a skirmisher. If we could just get through here, through these stupid mountains, this would be great. We're using a lot of manpower, a lot of equipment. Got the 1864 uniforms, gonna give us some more defense. That's good. These are really far ahead of time. And again, I can't really change the templates, but I guess we can get the better cannon. Down with the traitors, and up with the stars. Yeah. The unity of the Union must be absolute. In order to win the war against the rebellion, the Union must stand strong and proud. Our patriotism will soar as high as the eagles. It is slow going everywhere. 91 defense. That's a fair amount of defense. And we just can't get many troops into the combat with is crazy. We just can't get any of our reserves into the fight. It's one division at a time. If we could cut these guys off, that would be great. Okay, we're gonna overextend if we don't get there sooner. I guess what we're doing is we're depopulating areas that we've liberated. So it's hurting the Confederacy. Not really sure how that mechanic is working, but it's a cool mechanic nevertheless. Up with the stars. Alright, fantastic. Glory is next. It's going to hurt some political power, but we're going to gain a mill out of it. Okay, let's grab Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Support of our men on the front lines. We must hurry forth and bring supplies and uniforms they need. So it's going to help supply focus, war support, reinforcement rate, and factory construction speed. So this is what we're doing, is we're just building those benefits or those buffs to the Union Army. Through the focus tree here, and we're getting better as we go. So as the longer the war goes on, they're going to have a harder time stopping us here. And I do see another little cheeky encirclement here. Inspiring war speech, war support 5%, fantastic. Let's go ahead and give these boys a little bit of a break here. It's just a meat grinder. Okay, Hallelujah is complete here. Fantastic. What do we need here? I'm liking maybe the Anaconda plan here. But the majority of the Navy on Union's side were able to blockade the Confederates and stop trade and movement of troops by them. So, cool. We're going to gain spotting speed, convoy raiding efficiency. Okay, cool. We're basically just going to do what the Union did, is overwhelm them with men and material. Yeah. Though the Union Army certainly got better later in the war, but early on it was real rough. If we can knock Texas out and make it to the Mississippi here and split them, that would be very good. I mean, I would love to make it to Vicksburg. We've almost surrounded these guys. If we can do that, be some more of a little pocket here. I see wide open to Houston. Alright, we've emptied Congress. Let's go ahead and get the Homestead Act. Actually, let's empower the executive. We need some more political power. Okay, we've made it to Petersburg, and we got Norfolk. Let's see, can we split these guys? House divided, it's complete. We got some more political power, and cannot stand. Let's go ahead and grab that for more political power. Okay, great. We've made it. All right, let's go ahead and crush these guys. All right, we got another pocket encircled here, so they're doing good job. Good job, guys. Yeah, those mountains are just, well, they're terrible. All right. Fortified Washington, not that I'm too worried about it. I guess we need both of these. We'll do the Revenue Act. It's going to take some stability, but it's going to give us some mills, so that's good. I don't seem to be sinking any convoys. I don't know if they have convoys. Revenue Act is complete. Let's enact martial law. Gives us some more mills and stability. Well, we are just picking them apart here. 63. June 10th, 63, and we're doing all right. Let's reorganize the military high command. Finally. That should get rid of our disorganized military. Let's come down here, and we're going to trust in Grant. It's going to give us planning assault, division speed, and supply consumption -5 there. So, well, and they can't get out because we have all the ports blockaded. So we're just rinsing and repeating here. Looks like we're going to take Houston, maybe. Let's go ahead and pen you guys. Yep. Okay, fantastic. These guys are cut off. Let's build up some more planning bonus here. We're going to trust in Grant once we get that going. I think we might plan our next assault. Let's see if we can get down here, down south. Fantastic. Okay, we're about to take Vicksburg. Got another pocket. Troops encircled. And we're making our way down south here. So can we get to Charlotte? Actually, let's go through here. Okay, and we finally did break through in the Blue Ridge Mountains here. So that is great. It's the soft underbelly of the Confederacy is now wide open here. We are actually starting to sink some convoys, so that's very cool. Taking long enough. Yeah, they're spent force. Let's go ahead. Aggressive. Cavalry. I want you to pin them. Fantastic. Almost to Savannah. The Confederates surrender! We've done it! We've done it! Early this morning, Union Commanding General Ulysses S. Grant encountered and defeated Confederate Commanding General Robert E. Lee at Appomattox Courthouse. Well, despite Virginia being long gone. Yeah, Hail Columba. We have defeated the Confederacy. Oh, yes, and how good it is. Now is our plan to reintegrate the South. We have done it. We have defeated the rebellious traitors. We have shattered their armies and broken their nation. The United States is rejoined once again. Now's the time for celebration. However, we must decide what to do with the lands that were revolting against us. So what is going to be our approach? It's going to start our Reconstruction era. So, yeah, interesting. So, looks like it's another puppet state. Jefferson Davis is still in command. I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. Doesn't matter. We've defeated the South. That's all that matters. So, anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's content. Just taking a little peek under the hood, so to speak, of End of a New Beginning mod for Hearts of Iron 4. We've been playing as the USA. Defeated the Confederacy, won the Civil War, and now beginning the Reconstruction era in American history. So again, if you like Victoria 3, but you wish that it had a little bit more of a combat element like Victoria 2, hop into this mod and check it out. It's got a lot of potential. It's growing quickly. There's a lot of content that needs to be added still. Lots of bug fixes and different things like that, but it's got a ton of potential. And so if the Victorian era is something that you're interested in, absolutely check it out. So if you guys have enjoyed today's video, consider subbing to the channel so you don't miss out on any new Hearts of Iron content that I drop in the near future. And you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you soon.